Biohacking and health optimization has taken over in the last few years. The hype is real. You see people taking 100 pills per day in the name of longevity, and everyone is looking for that edge.
I do take over 100 pills a day.
And pursuing that edge is exciting. It's ambitious, it's pioneering, it's looking to shake up the status quo. But there is a very dark side to this edge seeking and this hyped up health industry that absolutely no one is talking about. I've identified a deficiency that I once experienced myself. And if I'd have solved this much, much sooner, I would have saved myself so many years, and I would have saved myself tens of thousands of dollars. I'm not exaggerating. And in this video, I'm going to reveal it all to you, including a 3-word trick that I use to identify and therefore avoid this costly mistake that we're talking about here. So let's get into it. Firstly, I'm going to highlight the dichotomy between an idea versus reality, and you have to understand that they are not the same thing. And this might sound obvious and you're thinking, oh, I know what an idea versus reality is, but you don't actually. You're not actively distinguishing the two things in the slightest, and I see people getting fooled nonstop. A theory or an idea is not something that you're going to perceive with your 5 senses. It's not something that is observable. So, for example, let's say, what shape is the Earth? This is an example of a theory. It doesn't change anything in your present experience. It does not matter to the present what shape the Earth is. We can entertain these kinds of theories, but you have to understand and you have to acknowledge that this is exactly that. It's a theory. It's an exciting idea. When you apply this kind of thinking to the health industry, people get super hyped up on theories, on gene mutations, DNA tests, supplements that promise the world, even natural things, like more on my side of things, like royal jelly. People like to theorize that these things reveal to you the magic secret that you've been missing is really selling you on a future state. Take this and your life will extend by 10 years. But of course, that is not a verifiable claim. It's not something that you will know if it's true or not. So when you eat this or you take this test, what does it actually change? What is the outcome of that test? Maybe you're prescribed some kind of supplement. Okay, sounds like a good business model. Do you actually feel anything? Does this help the average Joe that works at the convenience store? Do you see anyone improve his digestion, his hair get better? Is his skin improve with these things? If it doesn't, then it's just a magical theory. It's not something that's verifiable. And that's fine if you want to stay in the world of ideas, especially entrepreneurial types, including myself, by the way. They have a certain style of thinking, which are more kind of visionary dreamers, and they fantasize, and they're very, very motivated. You find that they go towards these ideas, these theories. They say, yeah, it was amazing. But if you actually look at what changed in their life, absolutely nothing. Personally, I value being very, very logical and grounded as well. And my approach with myself, and therefore with also my clients, is that I try to translate things to a real change in the present moment, right? For example, someone comes to me and they say, hey, I have allergies. And I tell you, well, in 4 to 12 weeks, you won't have those allergies anymore. Then he comes back to me, 5, 6 weeks later, and he says, hey, my allergies have gone. That is a very grounded piece of data, right? It's to the client's satisfaction. He has determined to himself that he is now better, right? I'm not going to base my evaluation of the product on some kind of DNA test. I look at metrics like, did your actual symptoms improve? Is your hair better? Does your skin improve? Do you feel a visible difference? But of course, this is for me, right? If you prefer to say, I want to do the magical extension of my life that in 40 years from now, I'm going to discover. That's okay. You can do that, right? I'm even experimenting with those things myself, right? Don't get me wrong. I don't want to be just boring and only focused in the short term, right? I'm experimenting with things which are going to take a bit longer. They're not so concrete. So I'm not only saying to do things which give short-term results. I'm saying that there is a deficiency in the entrepreneurial world that I'm in where people are more skewed towards being very, very delusional. And they need this message that I'm telling them here. It's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of mistakes. So you can keep yourself grounded with these 3 words, right? I found this extremely helpful. I still use this to this day. And if I took this perspective sooner, it would have gotten me to where I am today much faster without having to spend as much money unnecessarily on things that did not provide changes in my reality. And that is, show me results. That is the key. That's all you need to say. People come to you and say, oh, this idea is so exciting. Holy cow, this is it. This is the big one. This is going to change your life. I just made $20,000 in 25 seconds and this DNA test is changing the world. AI is going to take over everything. I say, okay, show me results. You can ask yourself or ask the person who's coming at you with this crazy idea. You say, does this actually translate to any value in the present? Does it translate to anything in reality, right? And I found this extremely helpful. And I find myself more and more with a kind of wait and see attitude, right? It's like Jesus says in the Bible. He says, be a passerby. To me, that means to be light, not be too attached, don't get swooped up into these ideas and hype without any grounding in reality. And I would say that this is a real strength of my program, right? I give people very concrete health results. There's no big ideas or excitement over nothing. It's very, very concrete. You do the program, your health improves, your hair improves, you gain muscle, your skin is softer, your energy increases. There's not an abstraction there. And this is what I experience for myself. My product works for me, and I share it with someone else. I tell people the window of time that they can expect a result. I describe the concrete result in itself, and I don't care for things that happen in 10 years. That's not important. The client's coming to me because they want to see a change happening soon, in weeks, not years, or months, not years. And I tell people, well, this is the result that you should be able to get. This is the time frame that I've seen it with myself, with other people. And that's it. That's my job. That's my experience. If you're curious about my teachings, or you have some concrete health problems that you would like to fix forever in the natural way, then you can apply for my program using the link in the description of this video. Or if you want to send me a message and ask a question on Instagram, that's the best way to reach me. Subscribe if you want to see more YouTube videos, and see you in the next one.